Wouldn't it be nice if you could learn just one pattern of conjugation for verbs in Spanish and apply it to all of them? Unfortunately, things are not as easy, but it's okay. In today's lesson, we're going to cover some irregularities around verbs in the present tense. Hola, bienvenidos a Key Spanish. Soy Alejandro, and let's continue with our course for beginners. We are now in Unit 3. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the playlist of the course with all of the previous lessons in order. In this unit, our goal is to be able to decide what gifts to buy to some relatives and friends. In the previous lesson, we learned about demonstrative adjectives. Este, ese, aquel, esto, eso, aquello, etc. Check that out if you haven't, because it's important when you are shopping around, which is the main goal of this unit, to be able to use these demonstratives, okay? But again, today is the time for some irregular verbs, two in particular, preferir and costar. And we're going to do that listening to two people go through this test around clothing. We have also talked in this unit about clothes in a previous video, and now we are going to do a test to see what's your style, right? Because tu ropa habla de ti. Tu ropa habla de ti means your clothes speak about you. So let's listen carefully and tell me what are the answers of the person responding to the test. Okay, pause the video if you need to read the questions and answers carefully, but we're going to now listen to this audio.
Mira, Jacinto, este test es muy interesante. Se llama Tu ropa habla de ti.
Es verdad, mi ropa habla de mí.
¿Y qué dice tu ropa? ¿Cuál es tu estilo?
Prefiero un estilo formal. No suelo llevar ropa demasiado cómoda o deportiva.
¿Y la ropa dónde sueles comprarla?
No tengo mucho tiempo para ir a la tienda física, así que casi siempre compro online.
¿Esperas a comprar la ropa con descuento?
A veces espero las rebajas, pero no siempre.
En el trabajo siempre llevas traje, ¿no?
Sí, prefiero llevar algo formal cuando voy a trabajar.
¿Y en una fiesta también llevas traje?
Para una fiesta prefiero llevar algo elegante, pero no demasiado formal.
¿Y qué color prefieres para tu ropa?
El azul oscuro es mi color favorito para la ropa. Para mí es el más elegante.
As always, you have the option of going back to the audio and listening again if you need to, okay? Our purpose for this task was not, as it's never the case in our course for beginners, to understand everything you are hearing, just enough to answer the task at hand, which is, well, what are the answers that the person gives to this test, okay? So now I'm going to show you that he said that the clothes that he prefers is more a formal style. His style is a formal one, and he prefers to buy the clothes on the internet. La tienda en internet. ¿Dónde compras tu ropa? Then, ¿compras tu ropa en rebajas? Remember the word rebajas or rebajado, we learned that in a previous lesson, is discounted. And his answer was that a veces compro la ropa en rebajas, which means sometimes, a veces, sometimes, compro la ropa en rebajas. And when he goes to work, cuando va al trabajo, ¿qué ropa llevas? What kind of clothes do you wear? And he says algo formal, un traje, por ejemplo. But when he goes to una fiesta, which is a party, also a word we learned in Unit 1, las fiestas, then he wears something elegante, algo elegante. Un vestido largo, or in his case, maybe una camisa. And lastly, ¿cuál es su color favorito? ¿De qué color es la mayoría de su ropa? Él dice azul marino, porque es el color más elegante, así que prefiere azul marino. Remember the methodology of our course that we explained in the introduction, that we don't give you just the grammar right away with a list of rules, but we present you with a communicative situation that has that grammar in context. And that's, of course, the case of this audio. Here are just two examples, two fragments of the audio you have just heard with the questions and answers. The person asks, ¿cuál es tu estilo? And the answer is, yo prefiero un estilo formal. O en el trabajo, siempre llevas traje, ¿no? Sí, prefiero llevar algo formal cuando voy a trabajar. So, we have this verb, prefiero. Prefiero un estilo formal, prefiero llevar algo formal in the answers. Now, let's remember first, before going into preferir, which preferir is a verb ending in IR, ER, the verb vivir, the regular forms of the verb. Vivo, yo vivo, tú vives, él vive, vivimos, vivís, viven. Okay, that's an IR verb conjugated in the present tense in the regular form. Let's take now a look at preferir. Prefiero, prefieres, prefiere, preferimos, preferís, prefiere. Now, take a moment to think what is different about preferir and vivir. Do you see anything that stands out that makes it, well, not the same conjugation? If you notice, we have a change in the vowel of the verb. Instead of prefero, preferes, prefere, it's prefiero, prefieres, prefiere. So there is a vowel change in the stem. These are called the stem changing verbs. In the first person, second person, third person, and third person plural. And these are called would form verbs or would verbs. Right? For English speakers, when you learn this irregularity, they call it would verbs because if you place the verbs in two columns, then you have the would form that affects the forms that are irregular. Okay? Because the nosotros and vosotros, as you can see, does not change the vowel. Preferimos, preferís. Nosotros and vosotros stays with the regular pattern, while the others have this vowel change from e to ie. And this same pattern appears in quite a few other verbs. Here are just 6 of the most common ones. The querer, which is to want, yo quiero, quieres, quiere. Cerrar, to close, cierro. Empezar, to begin. Entender, pensar y sentir. ¿Sí? Yo empiezo, entiendo, pienso, siento. So we can see these patterns in other verbs too. This is the first irregularity you have to learn for the present tense, as is the most common one, the one where there is a stem vowel change. And preferir is not the only verb, and the e to ie is not the only kind of vowel change we have. Let's take a look at another one that you are already familiar with. In the previous lesson about shopping, we learned a couple of sentences to get around in a store, in particular to talk about prices. And the sentences were ¿cuánto cuesta? ¿Cuánto cuesta? How much is it? Or the answer, cuesta 10 euros. Can you see the irregularity here? Well, it is o, ue, another vowel change in the stem, because the verb cuesta is costar, costar, and it's changed to ue. And here you have more verbs with the same irregularity of o, ue. Contar, to count, is not yo conto, tú contas, el conta, es yo cuento, tú cuentas, el cuenta. Dormir, yo duermo, llover, llueve. Mover, muevo, poder, puedo, volar, vuelo. These are the two most common changes for the would forms, e to ie, preferir, prefiero, o to ue, costar, cuesto. But there are more, as e, and there are also other irregularities like first person, the go verbs. But for now, take it step by step, because especially with verbs, there are so many things, tenses, irregularities, things to consider, that it's better to take it slowly and adding step-by-step irregularities and things to your knowledge. Okay, so don't take it too far. But with the verb costar, there's one more thing we need to pay attention to, and it's not only the change in vowels. And to show you what I mean, we're going to play a bit of the Price is Right. In Spanish, we call this el precio justo, or at least in Spain, that's the name of the program. And let me see if you can guess. First, ¿cuánto cuesta esta botella de aceite de oliva? ¿Cuánto cuesta? Practice your numbers too. How much do you think it costs? Well, esta botella de aceite de oliva cuesta 7 euros. One more thing. ¿Cuánto cuestan estos bombones? Estos bombones cuestan 14 euros. Two more. ¿Cuánto cuesta este jamón? Este jamón cuesta 230 euros. Poco caro, pero merece la pena. Very expensive, but it's worth it. And ¿cuánto cuestan estas aceitunas? Bueno, estas aceitunas cuestan 2,50. Right? Also a good chance to know how to say the cents. You can say 2,50, 2,50, 2,50 euros, 2,50 céntimos. Probably the most common one is 2,50. Okay? So now that you play a bit of the Price is Right, what's the point? It's to show you the difference between the first scenario where we say, ¿cuánto cuesta esta botella de aceite de oliva? And ¿cuánto cuestan estas aceitunas? I'm sure you can see the other aspect of the verb costar that you need to be mindful of, which is that it agrees with number with the thing we are referring to. Right? So la botella de aceite is a singular noun, singular thing. Las aceitunas, right, the olive oils are plural. So the verb costar agrees with that. ¿Cuánto cuestan? Instead of ¿cuánto cuesta? And that's it for this lesson where we have learned about the verb preferir and its irregularity e, and other verbs that have that same irregularity, and the irregularity o, ue with the verb costar, as well as the agreement in number of this verb, right? When you are asking about price, keep in mind if the thing you are asking about is a plural thing, then it's cuestan. It's a singular thing, is cuesta. Make sure to check the lesson notes, as always, where you have the slides with all of the contents we have covered, some mention to the grammar rules, and lots of verbs regarding the irregularities that we have just seen, not just preferir, but many more, as well as o, ue. And the audio you heard about the clothing, the test, in case you want to listen to it again with an interactive transcript. It's a very useful extra component of our course to keep studying and keep reviewing. These notes are, of course, completely free, and you will find the link in the description if you are interested. And that's it for today. But if you don't want to miss out our next lesson of this course for beginners, make sure to subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell. Soy Alejandro de Key Spanish y nos vemos en clase.